thing. Every time we talk about divorce, we make a distinction between annulment and divorce. Now we're calling it absolute divorce. Ano po yung kaibahan ng absolute divorce sa divorce?
Well, it's like this. At the moment, under the Family Code of the Philippines, we have only relative divorce with respect to legal separation, wherein the spouses are supposed to be separated from bed and board, but the marriage ties are not severed. So they don't have the capacity to remarry. But in the case of absolute divorce, compared to a relative divorce, the marriage ties are severed, the union is dissolved, and the spouses are capacitated to remarry. And that is one basic distinction between relative divorce and absolute divorce.
Well, but there is one provision in this bill that I'm sure will raise the hackles of the conservatives, no? In particular, the irreconcilable differences now being a valid ground. And as you very well know, I mean, I think there are, way less objections against a man and a woman staying together, especially if there's abuse in the relationship. No? But irreconcilable differences, that's but by the conservatives' estimations, that's pretty shallow as a ground. However, you do say that there are certain valid or excusable irreconcilable differences that are, I guess, acceptable. What would those be?
Well, first, I would like to underscore that this bill does not favor what we call a drive-through divorce. There is no proceedings which would honor a no contest petition or a no fault petition. And there is no adoption of what is done in Latin America on notarial divorce, or what is done in Portugal with respect to email divorce. In our case, there should be an actual, real court proceedings where the evidence is adduced and adjudged by the court. So, with respect to irreconcilable marital differences, we have a very strict definition under the bill, and I would like to read the definition.
Yes,
Irreconcilable differences refer to the substantial incompatibility of the spouses due to their intransigence or fault by holding on to divergent and divisive behavior, resulting to the total breakdown of their marriage, which could not be repaired despite earnest efforts to reconcile. In other words, there are standards by which the court will adjudge whether, in fact, there will be irreconcilable differences. And one would be the intransigent behavior. Number two, that it has resulted to the breakdown of the marriage and that there is no room for reconciliation.
Pero sir, substantial in itself, substantial differences, that would be pretty subjective, and that leaves a lot of leeway, I suppose, for whoever is the judge to make a decision on whether something is substantial.
That because there are standards provided for under the law, then the court will be properly guided on what evidence to accept or reject and what would be the basis of its decision following the standards provided for by the bill.